Sharon Stone even knows who you are and it's like, goodbye, bitch. Like, that's kind of legendary, right?
That's iconic to me. Like, that's better than the booze at BravoCon.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think, I mean, I agree. I think she got a pink slip. I mean, reading this article, I was like, man, she is just sticking with this story that she left on her own.
But no, David, so I would love your opinion on this. I feel like you and I are the same in the sense of when we leave a situation, a job, a person, place, or thing, we really do move on and we don't harp on the stain of that situation. When you harp on the stain of a situation, I'm gonna say it, you're bitter. No one's bitter when they leave because you feel like, okay, I left, I'm good, I wish them the best, let me just move on. The housewives who's left, they weren't bitter in interviews post leaving the show. I'll give a good example. When Lisa Vanderpump left and she said, fuck this show, the reunion, I'm out of here, she didn't immediately do an interview. She was like, I'm out. And we all knew why, because she felt like the cast was like coming for her. And that was it. And every once in a while, she'll pop up and do something shady, but she wasn't retweeting posts in her Insta stories about what a loss it was for Lisa Vanderpump to leave. When I saw Lisa Rinna repost all of these headlines of Lisa Rinna leaving is a loss for the show. Without Lisa Rinna, what is the show going to be? The Interview magazine, when they said, well, how do you feel about Garcelle and Sutton? Where they're going to have to work. That's not the personality of a person who left on their own accord. And it goes to show you that the more Lisa Rinna talks, the more we know this was not your decision.
Yeah. And I think like, okay, so this interview, you chose this person, you know, this vehicle, you know, I think this is it. Like it's everything about the show. Now I wouldn't comment at all if I were her. Like that was close. Like if you want to spin this narrative, I don't believe it. You don't believe it. We're both in the know. You know, we have good intuitions here. So it's probably you got a pink slip. But whatever story, now I would just stop. Like I wouldn't make any. You want to interview me? What do you want to talk about? Rinna Wines, Melrose Place, great. You can have one question. You know how it is with some of these people. I would be like, you can have one question about housewives and that's it. Like I'm not doing a housewives interview. Guess what? I would still say yes to interviewing Lisa Rinna if she said one question about housewives or zero. So, you know, like
yes, because you could talk about Melrose Place.
I would talk to Lisa Rinna for an hour about Melrose Place, and we don't have to talk about anything else. I want to talk about Heather Locklear. I want to talk about Andrew Shue.
Oh,
like,
and now Amy Robach, yes.
right? Like, there's just, let's talk about, you know, yeah, we'll even talk about Josie Bissett and Laura Leighton. Like, let's go. It is one of the best shows, if not the best show that's ever existed. So
it's the best show that Aaron Spelling ever created. May he rest in heaven. It's amazing.
Ever. So yeah, I think if she wants to go with this, I really love when it's like a Dorinda, oh, I was put on pause, which is basically like I was like, she kind of admitted it, right? Like just admit what happened.
Admit it. Yeah.
We're not stupid.
No, and that's the reason why, listen, I appreciate people like Tamra who said, I got fired and this is how I got the phone call. Because it goes to show you that there's something about people being honest to where the audience is on your side. Because when she was open about being fired, that's why you can't pay attention to Twitter. You fired Tamra, the next season sucks. Then everybody on Twitter is saying, we need Tamra back.
And it was 2 seasons that sucked. We had Elizabeth Vargas and Dr. Jen. It was 2 different seasons. I know. You've blocked it. You've put it all in one season, haven't you? Yes.
Oh, honey.
2 years. This is 2 whole seasons. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you're so right. 2 years. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. That's the thing. So look, you and I are fans of Beverly Hills. It's one of my favorite franchises. Like I said, I do love Kyle. I know a lot of people don't. I love her. I think she's the face of the franchise. But Kyle isn't there to be messy. And I don't want to see Kyle messy because you need somebody who's the glue to the show. She's like the Carrie Bradshaw, right? I wish Dorit was back in her villain era. I'm so bored, disappointed, and mad at Dorit that she allowed the Twitter mob to change who she was. And for the past 5 seasons, or maybe 3 to 4, she's been coasting. So you keep Crystal, allegedly, and Dorit,
Allegedly.
but you get rid of Lisa Rinna.
It's
You thought
weird.
Diana was going to be the villain, and so did she with her rehearsed line. You're looking for a villain, so here I am. And she was a huge disappointment. It's hard to be a villain in Beverly Hills. Kathy Hilton has shown everybody, if you want to come for me, I'm going to ostracize you from the community. And she did that.
It is no joke. People don't, like I said this all year, like people, it's a real thing. Hilton, Kardashian, like it's a real old school Hollywood thing. It is.
Don't get me started. Do not come for Chris. Listen, I'm more afraid of Kris Jenner than Kathy.
I say that you listen to my podcast. I am afraid, like when I say something, I'm like, hi, Chris. I just want to let you know, I'm not saying this. I think you're great. Yeah, I'm not getting on the bad side. I mean, I'm afraid of Kathy Hilton and Carlos. I'm not afraid of most people. I'm afraid of Kathy Hilton, and I'm definitely afraid of Kris Jenner. Kris Jenner could shut down the whole fucking town with one call. Okay. Right? I'm not getting on her bad side.
Never in a million years. No, I love you, Chris. I really do. I love the Kardashians. And listen, Kathy Hilton, I will say this. I enjoyed Kathy Hilton her first season. I think Kathy Hilton drank the Kool-Aid of Twitter saying you're the best thing since sliced bread. And I like it when Kathy was just being herself. And look, none of us was in Aspen, but I think there's always a truth within those stories.
Do you think Kathy will be back though?
Yes, Lisa's gone. I think, listen, David. That's part of the reason why they had to get rid of Lisa. I think they had to weigh their options. And I'm telling you, unfortunately, and listen, this is the power of Twitter. They listen to Twitter when it comes to that show. Or those shows, rather.
And like Paris Hilton is now, do you see all these Paris Olympic things where it's like these, it's great branding, brilliant idea, guys, but that's NBC. Paris Hilton is doing I'm like, oh, this runs deep. You don't want,
it runs deep.
They want Paris, Kathy, they want all in any form just for the future, not even for today. They just want some option. Yeah, I really think that has something to do with it.
Yeah, and I think that's why Lisa Rinna, and listen, I feel bad for Lisa Rinna because you lost your mom and you lost her job. And that's, David, when you really think about it in that sense, I really do feel sorry for her. It must be tough. And I think she knew that, and this is why as a producer, I feel bad for her too. I feel like Lisa Rinna's like, I was just doing my job.